Hey, friends! Ever since Arthur Conan Doyle penned The Lost World in 1912, people have been fascinated by the idea of a pocket of prehistoric life, complete with dinosaurs, somehow overlooked by time and surviving into the modern age. This has led to several cinematic riffs on the same theme, and this time we're looking at one of those pictures brought to us by our old friends Rankin Bass. That's right, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer guys. Namely, The Last Dinosaur from 1977, starring Richard Boone and Joan Van Ark. If you dig this video, don't be afraid to like, subscribe, and share, as that helps out the channel. Anyway, our story goes like this. Our hero is Madsen Thrust. There's a name for you. An oil scion and big game hunter. He's been using manned boring probes to drill for undersea oil. One of them had a malfunction and surfaces in a prehistoric environment. Only one crew member made it back alive and describes how a dinosaur killed the crew. Madsen Thrust, being a big game hunter, undertakes an expedition to this prehistoric environment, with the cover story of the mission being purely scientific. However, he secretly wants to bag a dinosaur, a T-Rex being the ultimate trophy in his collection. The expedition consists of Thrust and his gun bearer, a scientist, the surviving member of the team, and a photojournalist. Upon arrival, the team discovers not only dinosaurs, but hostile cavemen. One of the tribe, a cave chick, befriends our heroes. But then a dinosaur steals their vehicle, the polar borer, and the team is left stranded. Thrust and the dinosaur tangle several times as Thrust becomes more and more obsessed with killing the beast. Can our heroes escape this prehistoric world? Will they be able to survive the attacks of the T-Rex? And why does this chick wear Frida Kahlo's unibrow? In our cast, we have Richard Boone, of course, Paladin from Have Gun Will Travel. He struggled with alcoholism and was a very heavy smoker, both of which caught up with him in 1981. He was pretty far past it here, although he went on to make 4 other projects. He was the voice of Smaug in The Hobbit, also by Rankin Bass, as well as appearing in The Big Sleep with Robert Mitchum, both of which I've reviewed before on the channel. Sometimes he's really good here, really intense. Other times he seems a bit vague, like when he's grousing at reporters. Joan Van Ark is our other name brand. She made a ton of television appearances and worked in sitcoms and soap operas, and voiced several cartoon characters. Her most famous role was playing Val Ewing on Dallas and its spin-off series, Knots Landing. She's okay here. Nothing special, but not bad. Finally, we have Stephen Keats. Not perhaps a household name, but he was a familiar face back in the day. And he did a metric ton of TV. He was also in Silent Rage with Chuck Norris and appeared in The Friends of Eddie Coyle and Hangar 18, another picture I reviewed recently. He's okay in this movie. As I said, the idea of modern man meeting up with dinosaurs in remote areas was nothing new. Several stories got there first. Besides a version of The Lost World in 1925, there's King Kong from 1933. And then there was The Land That Time Forgot from 1974. A real snoozer of a movie starring Doug McClure. I'll probably cover that one another day. Anyway, there was also The Land Unknown from 1957. This This is very similar to The Last Dinosaur in several ways, as a couple of Navy chopper pilots wind up in a prehistoric region. But our film here has a sort of cachet. It kinda got stuck in the collective consciousness of anyone who saw it when it came out. It was new at the time. It was imaginative. The contest between man and dinosaur is very well handled. Thrust and the T-Rex are not unlike Captain Ahab and the white whale, Moby Dick. Make no mistake, this is a story of obsession and how it can lead to destruction. Originally, The Last Dinosaur was meant to be a theatrical release, Rankin Bass wanting to break into motion pictures, but that idea was eventually scrapped. Although released in the UK as a movie, most audiences only got to see it on television. The special effects were interesting. They have that Toho look for a reason. The movie was made in Japan, and the effects were done by the same people who worked on Ultraman. The polar borer is still pretty cool. It always reminded me of an Apollo command capsule crossed with the drill ship from At the Earth's Core, a 1976 movie also with dinosaurs and also starring Doug McClure. I guess he did a lot of dinosaur pictures. True, the effects are a little spotty in some cases, especially whenever they use blue screen. Still, the movie has a look that's mostly effective. The Last Dinosaur also boasts a theme song sung by Nancy Wilson that sounds like it would be right at home in a James Bond movie. The Last Dinosaur wants to be more than the sum of its parts, and in some ways, it succeeds surprisingly well. In others, well, maybe not so much. Mostly, the movie is trying to say something about Boone's character, Madsen Thrust. The T-Rex in the picture is not the only dinosaur in the movie. Thrust is one too, and he kinda knows it. He's bored with life. He's seen it all, been there, done that. The T-Rex is his last challenge, but what then? Like the dinosaur, Thrust is a dying breed, and the ending is one that stays with you, too. This movie has its flaws, for sure, but it moves along at a nice pace, and not gonna lie, I've always had a soft spot for it. So I'm giving The Last Dinosaur 2¼ paws. Rankin Bass also made other live-action TV movies besides this one. You can see my review of the Bermuda Depths here. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.